Janelle, pick up. Pick up the phone right now.
Mom, I'm on the train. What is it?
Don't tell me you're still seeing that man.
Huh?
That Duke guy, the one who barely finished middle school. I saw you walking around with him like everything's fine. Didn't I tell you to break it off with him immediately? A man with no education like that has no place in this family.
Are we really doing this again? Why do you always make everything about education?
Because education is everything, that's why. He might be cute, sure, I'll give you that. But that's all he's got, a pretty face and no future. I can't believe you're being this foolish. Break up with him already.
Mom, seriously, did you forget?
Forget what?
I told you if you couldn't accept me marrying Duke, I was cutting ties with you. And by the way, we already registered our marriage.
Excuse me? What did you just say?
I already told you this. I reported it to you. Did that just slip your mind?
Divorce him right now.
What?
I'm in the middle of arranging a marriage meeting for you.
I'm sorry, what now?
Honestly, you've always been so selfish ever since you were a child.
And you haven't?
The only time you actually listened to me was when you finished college.
I didn't go to college because of you. The school you were so desperate for me to attend just happened to be my first choice, that's all. Let's not pretend you even knew what faculties that university had. You just picked it based on prestige and name recognition. It was laughable.
Well, in the end, you did go, didn't you? So that means you followed my guidance.
What kind of logic is that?
But this is where your selfish little rebellion ends. I will not stand by and let you ruin your future. You are going to divorce that man and marry Matt.
Matt? Wait, you mean the guy 3 doors down? The one in that huge house?
Exactly, your childhood friend, that Matt.
Sure, Matt and I were close growing up, but that was just as friends.
Maybe before, but who knows what could happen now? Besides, the whole reason I made sure you went to university was so you could eventually marry into that family.
Excuse me? What does going to college have to do with marrying Matt?
You need a certain level of refinement if you're going to marry into a good household. That's why I insisted you get your degree.
You're seriously not making any sense. And anyway, Matt doesn't see me that way. He never has.
That can change. You just need to try harder. That's why we're starting with the marriage meeting.
This isn't just absurd. It's on another level.
Enough backtalk. I don't want to hear another word in defense of that undereducated man you married. You are going to divorce him, do you hear me?
Hey, Janelle, long time no see. You got a minute?
Matt? Wow, yeah, it has been a while. Wait, is this about my mom? She's been on and on about some arranged marriage thing. Oh, let me guess, she dragged you into it?
Yeah, I figured she might have mentioned it to you. It sounds like you already know the deal.
Ugh, I'm so sorry. She's being a total menace, isn't she?
Honestly, yeah, if I'm being blunt, she's been a huge headache. Mostly for my mom, actually. Every time they run into each other, your mom starts pressuring her, demanding we lock in a date for this supposed marriage meeting.
That sounds exactly like her.
And get this, when I told her I'm already seeing someone, you know what she said? Oh my, Matt went and found himself a girlfriend on his own? Like it was some kind of betrayal.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. Then she added, well, we'll just have to suffer through it, won't we? But I still fully intend to make us family. No matter what it takes, our kids must marry each other so we can be related. That was word for word.
My God. Okay, now I have a headache. I'm really sorry, Matt. She's impossible.
Don't worry, I get it. You're the one stuck with her for 25 years. I'm just getting a glimpse now, and I already want to disappear. Honestly, my parents keep saying they're amazed you didn't turn out just like her. They actually admire you for that.
Yeah, I owe that to my dad, honestly. He was the more balanced one. Though once I got my first job and moved out, he finally divorced her. Guess even he had a limit.
Yeah, I remember. That was the talk of the neighborhood for a while.
Honestly, the divorce was a blessing in disguise. With all the chaos, I managed to sneak out of that house without much resistance.
You still talk to your dad?
All the time. He and Duke actually get along really well.
Glad to hear that. Seriously, that's good to know.
Anyway, don't feel like you have to entertain any of this arranged marriage nonsense. Just ignore her. You've got your own wedding coming up, and once that happens, well, maybe she'll finally give up. Though knowing her, probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on her letting go that easily.
God, even though I'm her daughter, I still feel like I should apologize on her behalf. If I just told her what Duke actually does for a living, maybe she'd shift her focus. But honestly, I'm not ready to deal with that fallout either.
Don't stress about it. We've all decided not to engage. My parents and I are on the same page. We're just brushing her off whenever she brings it up.
Thanks, Matt, really. And I'm sorry you're stuck in the middle of this. But if anything gets worse or she crosses the line, let me know. I'll handle it.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your day.
All right, talk soon. Take care.
Janelle, great news! The wedding date is set!
Wait, what? Mom, what wedding?
Matt's, of course! First Sunday of next month. Isn't that just perfect?
What are you talking about?
Don't be silly. Your wedding with Matt. Isn't this exciting? Everything's falling into place just like it was meant to.
Hold on. You can't be serious.
Why wouldn't I be? It's already been a month. I figured you and that dropout have split by now, right? But I never imagined you and Matt would skip the engagement process and just jump straight into the ceremony. Honestly, I'm impressed. Leave it to the rich to move quickly.
Are you even listening to yourself? I haven't divorced Duke. And Matt, he's engaged to someone else.
What?
Yeah, shocking, isn't it?
Wait, hold on. Janelle?
No, enough. Seriously, just stop.
But...
Do you have any idea what people in the neighborhood say about you? They call you things like the delusion engine, that deranged rumor mill with legs, walking disaster of convenience. And you know what? I don't even blame them anymore.
Excuse me?
You've caused trouble everywhere. You nearly got sued for defamation because you couldn't keep your mouth shut in a mom's group. You embarrassed yourself and me at your part-time job so badly they had to file for damages. And that's just this year. Do you know how many times Dad and I had to apologize for you? How many times we've been humiliated cleaning up the wreckage you leave behind? You were just being thoughtless, as usual. You never think about the people you steamroll, and now you're dragging Matt's family into your little fantasy? Are you really that shameless?
I just wanted what was best for you.
No, you wanted what you think looks good. You don't see me. You see a doll you can dress up and marry off like some social trophy. Even after Dad left, even after everything, you still haven't changed.
Wait, you're saying you're not marrying Matt?
Of course I'm not. He's engaged to someone else. You knew that. He told you straight to your face, and you still spun your own version of the truth because reality didn't suit you.
Oh, that's not true. Matt said his parents were troubled by his decision.
Matt's parents are thrilled for him. They like his fiancée. They've welcomed her into the family already. The only one who's troubled is you, because the story isn't going the way you wrote it in your head.
But this isn't how it was supposed to go.
No, it's not, because you don't get to plan other people's lives. Not Matt's, not mine, not anymore.
You're really staying with that man, that Duke?
Yes, And you know what? He's kind, he's grounded, and unlike you, he actually listens when I speak. He's not some cardboard cutout from a list of social checkboxes.
He doesn't even have a degree.
And you don't have a clue what respect looks like. Which one do you think matters more to me?
You're making a mistake.
Maybe I am, but it's my mistake to make. So stop trying to live your second life through me. Stop rewriting other people's choices to suit your fantasies. And please, stop humiliating yourself and dragging innocent people down with you.
Janelle!
Matt is not your son-in-law, and he never will be. So if you still have any shred of dignity left, do us both a favor. Drop it, before you ruin any more relationships than you already have.
Janelle, you won't believe what I just saw.
Let me guess, something else you completely misunderstood?
That dropout! He was in a Hollywood movie! And not just any movie, he was playing the son of the Duke Matsura! What the hell is going on?
Oh, so you finally noticed.
Oh, don't play smug with me. What is going on?
Duke is a Hollywood actor. Surprise.
What?
Yeah, his stage name is Duke Davis. He's a rising star in the same agency as your precious Matsu.
Wait, what?
Wow, even now you're only interested because it connects to your favorite celebrity. Typical.
But he's a dropout. How is someone without a high school diploma working alongside Matsu?
It's more common than you think. A lot of young actors drop out when their careers take off in their teens. He's been working nonstop since he was 17. There was literally no time for school.
I see. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Because I knew you'd act like this. It was easier to let you stew in your elitist assumptions than give you more reasons to manipulate people.
So you're saying my son-in-law is Matsu's junior? Oh my god. Oh, that means... Wait, does that mean I might actually meet him?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Because in case you somehow missed the memo, you're the problem. You crashed Matt's wedding yesterday.
Well, yes, I did, but only because I thought it was outrageous to let him marry someone else when you should have been the bride.
Matt has never been my fiancé. You convinced yourself of that. And because of your delusion, you ruined someone's real wedding and traumatized two families in the process.
But if Duke's connected to Matsu, then I suppose your marriage is acceptable after all. Yes, I can support it now. So... when do I get to meet him? Maybe you can arrange a dinner with Matsu?
You really haven't learned a damn thing, have you?
What?
You're about to be served. Matt's family is pursuing legal action for emotional damages and disruption of a private event. You'll be paying actual compensation this time. There's no more shielding you. Not from Dad, not from me.
Wait, what?
For years, Dad and I cleaned up after you, apologizing to neighbors, your coworkers, random strangers who made the mistake of talking to you for more than 3 seconds. But that ends now. You caused this mess, you clean it up.
Janelle, wait, don't be like this. What about Matsu?
You'll never meet him. Let it go.
But why?
Because it's impossible. Literally, physically, logistically.
What does that mean?
He's based in Hollywood full-time, and guess what? Duke is following in his footsteps. We moved 10 days ago.
Moved? Where?
We're in the UK now.
The UK?
Yep, Dad's been promoted. He's the branch manager for his company's London division now. And Duke and I flew out with him after a small family send-off. Just the 3 of us. Dinner in LA before the flight, then gone.
You left without saying anything?
You would have made a scene. It was the only way.
Fine, then I'll come there too.
Don't even think about it.
What?
You're not welcome. You won't get our address, you won't get our phone numbers, and even if you show up, you'll be turned away.
Janelle, don't do this. I'm your mother.
That doesn't give you a free pass to destroy people. You don't get to manipulate my life anymore.
You can't mean that.
I do mean it. I've given you more chances than you deserved, but this was the final straw.
Oh, please don't cut me off.
It's done. We're done. From this moment on, we're no longer family. Goodbye. My mother, in the end, never realized what had happened. But as for my husband Duke, he was actually a classmate of mine from middle school. We were both in the same drama club, and back then, Duke's debut as an actor became quite the topic of conversation in our town. He had caught the attention of many, and it was a big deal at the time. But my mother, who had no interest in any celebrities except for Matsu, had no clue about it. Even though Duke had achieved some local fame, she simply never took notice, and here we are, many years later, with her still being completely oblivious. It wasn't until later that the reality of the situation hit. Matt, who had become involved in everything, ended up sending a claim for damages and compensation to my mother. At first, she was completely unaware of how serious things had become. She was still living in the world of denial, clinging to the illusion that everything would somehow work itself out. But when the lawyer appeared, things took a dramatic turn. Suddenly, my mother understood that she had no one left to turn to, and that there was no one to protect her or offer any real support. It was at that moment that the gravity of the situation hit her. She finally understood the reality of her circumstances, the things I had tried to warn her about, the consequences of her actions, the web of lies that had been spun, all came crashing down on her. She was horrified. She had ignored everything I had said, dismissed it as me being overly dramatic, but now, seeing the lawyer's formal documents and understanding the magnitude of the legal claims against her, she finally realized the truth. It was too much for her to bear, and she apparently dropped to her knees in an attempt to beg for forgiveness, terrified and frantic. But by the time that happened, it was already too late. There was no turning back. The damage had been done, and no apology could undo the mess she had created. In a desperate attempt to resolve everything, she rushed to take out a loan to pay the lump sum of the compensation. She thought that paying off the debt and covering the damages would bring her peace of mind, but the relief was fleeting. After she made the payment, thinking everything was settled, the weight of her actions still hung over her. It wasn't long before her situation got even worse. The loan she took out turned out to be with a loan shark. She hadn't bothered to do proper research, had not questioned where the money was coming from or who was providing it, and as a result, she ended up entangled with dangerous people. It's hard to even imagine what that must have been like for her. The fear of owing money to people who didn't operate within the law, people who had no mercy. One day, out of the blue, my mother disappeared, just like that. She was gone, and no one knew where she went. It was like she had simply vanished into thin air. The loan shark, the money, the bills, everything had caught up with her. I tried to find her, tried to piece together what had happened, but all I got were dead ends. People who knew her, or thought they knew her, were left with nothing but uncertainty. No one knew where she had gone, or even if she was safe.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.